Enough width, and Warner accepts it gleefully.
It's the width as well. It's no threat, and he'll pick that gap all day. Gets deep in the crease. Just knocks it on the head between the two men behind point.
Slip's come out already. Singh moving out of slip and going into that forward point. I was really fascinated listening to Scott Edwards at the toss, saying that he would have chosen to bowl first. Can he'll afford that. Almost an identical ball to the one before, and Dave Warner again pouncing.
It's the length as much as the width that David Warner will be looking to cash in. Doesn't mind playing that shot even if the ball is straight. It's just a little bit too short. He has to straighten up his line. It's been the slower of the two spinners so far.
3. Back in the Caribbean, captain would probably ask Doc if he likes that shot because he's showing it up too often.
Three almost identical shots. This time he picks the gap in front of point. Just on point. Some headaches for the Dutch here. One of their big strengths has been the miserly nature of their finger spin inside the power play. This is a statement from Australia. The one thing that they'll be holding on to though is they haven't made them hit good balls just yet. They've given away a few freebies.
4 in a row. Warner in fine touch. Not sure what Scott Edwards and Dot are thinking right now. Got a ball straight up.
I think that's the best shot from David Warner. That's fourth stump and not overly short, but you can see how he uses his legs. He crouches down into it. And he's picked the gap perfectly. They tighten that gap up and he still finds it through. Shows a man in very, very good form. extra time. Challenge that forward defence, especially on a wicket that's just got enough grass on it. Yes, it's dry underneath. Him just moving back in. Keep dragging him forward. Extra time. Challenge that forward defence, especially on a wicket that's just got enough grass on it.
It's an excellent start for the Vagrant.
Just moving back in.
Guilty in a couple of the games of starting slowly. The first over not quite hitting the mark. This time around, all 4 balls have been sublime.
Extra time.
Right on the spot.
Defense, especially on a wicket that's just got enough grass on it.
It's an excellent start for the Vagrant.
Just moving back in.
Guilty in a couple of the games of starting slowly. The first over not quite hitting the mark. This time around, all 4 balls have been sublime. Right on the spot.
Gets away with it. It was airily past point.
Excellent.
Just a bit fuller than previous deliveries, and Steve Smith animating a little bit of movement away.
Starting slowly. The first over not quite hitting the mark. This time around, all 4 balls have been sublime.
Ground staff hard at work as they are, of course, this vast nation in trying to give airily past point. Some uniqueness, a bit fuller than previous deliveries, preparations of a tournament that it deserves. Third and deep fine leg in place. They are, of course, this hard-working ground staff. They've done a good job, actually. Very, very good job. Some uniqueness, of this preparations of a tournament that it deserves. With a movement back into Warner, 30 for 1. The third and deep fine leg in place. They are, of course, this hard-working ground staff. They've done a good job, actually. Very, very good job. Some uniqueness.
Marsh gone early.
With a movement back into Warner, 30 for 1.
Smith and Warner, how many times have they done it for Australia in all formats of the game? In that middle order, they need to lift. Cameron Green, the one change for an injured Marcus Stoinis. Marsh gone early.
Back into Warner, 30 for 1.
Smith and Warner, how many times have they done it for Australia in all formats of the game?
And big.
In that middle order, they need to lift. Cameron Green, the one change.
Stood up a little bit on Steve Smith. He gets 2.
Really unusual shot here from Steve Smith going across the stumps.
And big.
Even the Bakes in the previous over bowled a few balls that have gone away from the right-hander. Then got the wicket of Mitch Marsh. The first ball he bowled to Steve Smith was trying to hit him on the pad. Really unusual shot here from Steve Smith going across the stumps. Getting that swing. Just doing enough. Bakes in the previous over to do is few balls that have gone away from the right. The traditional fast bowler would try to do with that ball is draw the batsman across, and then fire in the ball straighter at the stumps. That wobble seam delivery. Getting that swing. Normally Logan Babate actually likes to bowl that scrambled seam a little bit more and have the ball that swings as his wicket ball. Tries to do is few balls that have gone away from the right. Traditional fast bowler would try to do with that ball is draw the batsman across.
Runs galore in this World Cup though. David Warner's had 150. Quinton de Kock established his own magnanimous total yesterday. Third 100 of the tournament and pummeled Bangladesh to all parts. What a tournament he's having, leading run scorer in the ICC Men's World Cup 2023. Established his own magnanimous total yesterday. Third 100 of the tournament and pummeled Bangladesh to all parts. Well in second place, Rohit Sharma is up there. Mohammad Rizwan was the leader for a while. Rachin Ravindra and Mit Santner in the fantasy game. Third 100 of the tournament and pummeled Bangladesh to all parts. Well in second place, Rohit Sharma is up there. Mohammad Rizwan was the leader for a while. Rachin Ravinja and high quality performers in this tournament. In the fantasy game, Brisbane was the leader for a while. Rachin Ravinja and high quality performers in this tournament. In the fantasy game,
Wyndham Cock, 407 runs, top of the pile there. 3 big hundreds. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma.
short boundary and 38 for 1.
The Cock, 407 runs, top of the pile there. 3 big hundreds. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. Just slightly too short and a little bit straight. He goes for that wobble seam delivery.
Short boundary and 4.
Steve Smith very, very rarely misses out on his hip. Just had to beat that man at square leg, and this outfield is like lightning. Just slightly too short and a little bit straight. He goes for that wobble seam delivery.
Short boundary and
Some running repairs for David Warner.
Rarely misses out on his hip.
Just had to beat that man at square leg, and this outfield is like I'll back myself to have better moves than that gentleman on the dance floor.
Back myself to pack better on my way to India. Packing the footy jumper.
Some running repairs for David Warner.
Warner versus Pakistan. Previous encounter. Got a life early on, but didn't make them pay. Back myself to pack better on my way to India. Packing the footy jumper. Warner versus Pakistan.
Most runs for
Previous
Australia.
encounter. Got a life early on, but didn't
Men in
make
Cricket
them
World
pay.
Cups, David Warner before today, charging up that list. Never taking out Gilchrist in this tournament. Some great names of Australian cricket on that list.
Versus Pakistan.
Most runs for Australia.
Got a life early on, but didn't
Men in
make
Cricket
them
World
pay.
Cups, David Warner before today.
got to stay away from the leg stump from the angle round the wicket. Short point.
Gilchrist in this tournament.
And David Warner did take a little shuffle across to the offside and